Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorials brought to you by Photoshop Elements Custom Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in. Today's poster wanted to know how to jazz up these letters here, the name and maybe the senior down here. Now, the thing with these letters is that we can go ahead and do something like make them half white and half see-through, but what a lot of sports cars do instead is have a banner inside this card. So what I did is made a banner just for the words here. If I go ahead and turn it on, see it's a green background for the letters. You see how that adds just about everything you could possibly need. But if you don't want that and you want to do what you originally asked for, I'll go ahead and turn that off. And go to this first nameplate here. So what you want to do is take the letters. So if you want to make these half see-through, you got to follow these steps. Right now they are letters, so I can double click on them and I can delete or retype whatever I want. So you first need to change these words into a graphic. The way to do that is you come up here to that layer, right click, and say simplify layer. But we have to simplify it again because there's an effects there. So do that and simplify. Now, once we simplified it, it turned this word into a graphic. I can no longer retype it, so make sure that the spelling is correct. Otherwise, you won't be able to retype it. So the next step is to right-click and duplicate it. So you want two layers of the exact same thing. I'm going to turn off the top layer, go to the bottom layer, and get rid of the white and leaving just the outline. I'll come over here to the magic tool. I'll set this tolerance down to, I don't know, something like 50%. You can do it pretty high because the edges here, the outline is pretty sharp. I can click on each one and hit delete, and as you can see, it's making the letters see-through. And it's really that easy. Once we got them all see-through, then all we got to do is turn on the layer above, which is the non-see-through version, right? Now take that top layer. I'm going to take an eraser and choose a nice soft eraser that's at 150 point, something that's going to take over about half of the letters. And as you can see, I'll start over here. I can click and I can hold shift so it stays straight up and down, and I can come down like that, and it erases the top half of the white portion of the letters, leaving nothing but the outline. Now, of course, where the background is dark down here, you won't be able to see it, so I can take the smudge brush, go back to the original layer, and I can smudge this smoke back up here so you can see it behind the letters. See that? And alternatively, we can go ahead and turn our banner back on, and it'll still probably look pretty cool. Look at that. Now, for the fun of it, let's go ahead and change this Senior 2023 to a different color. Let's go ahead to the color palette and choose something like, ooh, I don't know, a light blue looks pretty good. We'll hit OK. We'll take the paint bucket. We're going to paint inside, and it gives us an error that it must be simplified, so we'll hit OK, and we'll go ahead and paint these in with the blue. And once we got that, all we got to do is come over here and right click and duplicate the layer. So now we got two layers. Once again, we'll turn off the top layer, go to the bottom layer, grab the magic tool, and we'll get rid of the color altogether. We click in the middle, hit delete. Click in the middle, hit delete. And so on and so forth. Turn on the top layer again and choose that top layer. Grab the eraser and do the same thing as we did up here. We're going to erase just the bottom portion like that, and there we go. If we turn off this green banner, you can see what it leaves us with. Well, once again, this is Rich calling it quits for this tutorial, saying over and out.